Now, President Akufo-Addo has assured outstanding monies due pensioners will be settled. Workers retiring this year have turned out to be victims of the pension reforms that promise better retirement income, only to deliver less than what its predecessor gave to retirees. Commissioning the refurbished hall of the Trades Union Congress, President Akufo-Addo said the decision to pay the difference was arrived at after a thorough study and consultation on the matter.
Indeed, my policy as president has always been to find accommodation for matters of concern to the Trades Union Congress and try to find ways to address them on a mutually satisfactory basis. One of such matters has to do with the letter of 24th of August 2020 sent to me by the Secretary General on behalf of the Trades Union Congress, requesting my intervention to, and I quote, correct the injustice and unfairness in the implementation of the three-tier pension system, unquote, and resolve the issue of past credit for public sector workers who retired from January 2020. I refer the matter to that outstanding public servant, the senior minister, the Honorable Yao Osafo-Mafu, who after careful studies and extensive deliberations has laid out the position of government in this matter. To assure the public sector labor organizations of our good intentions, government through SNIT would pay the difference in the lump sum payments between beneficiaries of PNDC Law 247 and those of Act 7666 for those retiring in 2020 with effect from 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020.
Let's go on the line and speak to my colleague Elton John Brobe. He's with the president. He's joining us via Zoom. Elton, so when is this payment going to take effect? Elton, if you can unmute your button, we can't hear you. So Elton John Brobe is with the president. He'll be bringing us an update on the president's visit to the TUC today. So Elton, if you can hear me now, when is this payment going to take effect? All right, so we'll go back to Elton, but the president has also been talking about security. Let's listen.
On the larger issue of the peace of our nation in these sensitive times, let me assure you of the wholehearted efforts that are being made by my government and I to ensure the peace and stability of the nation as we enter the home stretch of the electioneering campaign. I'm calling on all political actors and the citizenry as a whole to commit themselves to a peaceful process and to forego any resort to violence. The Inspector General of Police and the other heads of the law enforcement agencies have made abundantly clear their determination to enforce the laws of the land, including the law banning vigilantism, in an impartial, even-handed manner, without recourse to political color, to secure the peace of the nation.
Elton Brobe is with the president. He joins us via Zoom. Elton, when is this payment going to take effect?
So the disparities that have been identified will be paid any moment from now. Payment has really started between January and is supposed to end in on December 31st. Now, the TUC wrote to the president in August, alleging that some tier 1 and 2 benefits paid to people who retired this year, those who received their benefits under the National Pension Act 2008, got an average of 3 times lower than their counterparts who retired under PNDC Law 247. Now, for them, the lower benefits received under Act 766 are widespread, and they have affected workers in all sectors of the economy, including teachers, nurses, media practitioners, and staff of the ministries, departments, and government agencies. And they drew the president attention to these discrepancies and asked for his intervention. Now, government forwarded the letter from the TUC to the minister for the senior minister, who after consultation and investigation came to the conclusion that those who received lower than they were expected was an anomaly that needed to be corrected. So according to President Akufo-Addo, that anomaly has been corrected. SSNIT has been directed as a matter of urgency to pay the differences in terms of those who received lower monies as far as the lump sum is concerned, and then going forward ensure that the correct amount of money that is expected to go to those who are retiring, especially this year, are paid to them in full. And then also they are to address the discrepancies that were identified during the payment of a lump sum to those who are retiring in this year of 2020 era.
And Elton, I'm curious to know how the workers reacting to this. I imagine they're excited.
Of course, I mean, some have been given examples of how they felt shortchanged by the system. For example, a nurse we spoke to said that she retired as a deputy director of nursing in the Upper West Akim district in the Eastern region. And he had actually worked for 38 years and contributed to the pension scheme for 504 months. But she received only 16,070 cedis, made up of 10,000 as past credit under the Tier 1 and 6,000 from the Tier 2 payment. Now, a subordinate of hers who retired last year as a community health was paid 62,000 Ghana cedis. So you can see the difference in terms of how much this deputy director received, 16,000, as against a subordinate who also received 62,000. So, and this, according to TOC, was widespread, necessitating them to write to the president for his intervention. So for now, the difference, for example, 16,000 and 62,000, those are the differences that those who received less are to be paid immediately. And going forward, they are to address all the discrepancies and anomalies to ensure that the lump sum due them are paid in full.
All right, many thanks. That's a presidential correspondent, Elton John Brobbey there.